We're loaded. Off to another field.
Good morning.
Good morning, everybody. Today's another day. We're at a different field this morning. Another quarter section we're gonna do here. I filled up already. I cleaned all my rollers off this morning. I went to the shop and pressure washed them off. Got all the fertilizer off. So I cleaned everything up. I filled up here. So we are ready to go. I've got the fan on. I want to get inside the tubes. Like the last night, the humidity was up pretty good, and yeah, it made everything a little bit wet. So I want to run the fan a little bit, make it a little bit dry inside. I don't know, anything would help, I guess. So right on. Well, I'm gonna get it rolling here.
So this morning I'm doing a field that we've got a couple little extras going on. Right here I've got, and I'm not exactly sure the number of acres, but I think it's somewhere just under 5 acres that I've rented to Horizon Seeds. What they're doing is they're going to be putting, we've done this for the last couple of years, they're going to be putting this into plots. And you've seen the little plot combine out, and the last couple of years. Anyway, so they're going to be doing that here. Again, what they're going to be doing is they're going to be making plots 2 rows wide, I think, and 20 feet long. So I believe this plot is 600 feet in length total. So you're going to get in this row, 2 rows, these 2 rows here, there's going to be 30 plots from one end to the other. And then they're going to do that for, I believe it's 3 planter widths, so that's 72 rows. So that means there's 36 plots this way, and what did I say, 30 this way. So there's roughly going to be 1,000 plots in this little spot. So I'm using rough numbers here, but anyway, so that's what's doing here. So I've just cut that out here this morning. The guys just phoned me, and they are out. They're hoping actually to be on this field doing these plots, I believe, either later this afternoon or tomorrow. And then I do have another trial I'm going to do of my own, just a new variety that a local dealer here wants me to try. I was given a trial bag of seed. This is it. As you can see, a full bag does 2.5 acres. So this is not going to do a whole lot. Maybe it might do close to 1 acre. We're going to see. So what I'm decided to do is obviously not going to have enough to put over the whole planter. My corn header is an 8 row. So I'm busy now just trying to clean out. I started doing it. I got to clean out, I'm going to clean out 8 rows. And then I'm going to measure out enough in those 8 rows so they're all the same. And we're just going to drive until we run out. And that is going to be the plot. So we're making it so that it's same size as the corn header. We'll peg it off, and all should be good, I think. So you might wonder why I don't just throw it in the big tank and then let it disperse. Well, twofold to that. This half of that tank, so there's 2 tanks there, this side feeds these 12 rows, and because I'm only wanting to go 8, I have to do it separately. That's number one. But the bigger reason actually is there's such little product that I'm dealing with that it doesn't even fill it. So if I were to put it in there, even if I had enough to do 12 rows at this level, I would get a bunch of rows that would have full, and probably half of the bowl would be full and half of them would be empty. So that's why I got to do it. This is where plots just take a lot of time, but you don't learn if you're not doing experimenting and trying new things. So that's why we do what we do.
Oh, it's a different field here. I gotta change the field. So thankfully all my lines and fields are all saved, and Yeah, let's see. Main up and down. Okay. So I gotta reset the acre counter here. Last field, put 6,500 pounds on. Yeah. Okay, acres at 0. Good, I think we are good to go. I gotta write these numbers down, this number down on my phone. I like to write all of the numbers actually down on my phone so I know that I'm putting down the right amount of fertilizer per acre. So, good.
It's going pretty good. I got 70 acres done here. If you look down the row, you might not be able to see, but it looks a little bit darker in one spot. So I'm just gonna check to make sure it's all good. And it's good to go for a walk. So I'm gonna check my spokes too. Everything in that area seems to be fine. So it's right around here. No discs are, so what I checked for is to make sure there's no mud in between here or in between here, making sure that everything is free. And it all looks good. So we're gonna run a little product through them. We'll check it. If all's good, keep hammering down. We got a rack. Imagine that. I think after this field I'll have to empty my put my rock collection in the ditch. Well, or somewhere, not in the ditch. In a stone pile. Yeah, we got a quarter section here. It's right on the highway, a couple miles from my place. We had this in canola last year and we got a lot of rain on this field and there was lots of drowned out spots. The canola does not like moisture, so okay, I noticed on this pass again, I got that a little bit of a darker strip. I was trying to figure out why that is. And then I looked ahead. And last year when we had to spray this field, I was spraying this canola and we had no choice. We had to spray and we were making ruts. And the ruts were deep enough that cultivating it twice and harrowing, we still didn't cover our ruts up completely. And so I'm not sure if you can see it from here, but right there you can see there's ruts from the sprayer from last year right here, and they're not quite closed in, so when my unit goes across it makes it a little bit darker, and it just, I'm guessing that's what that's from, because wherever the ruts are, that's where I'm noticing that. So I don't like to see, I like to see after I've seeded it, pretty uniform color across the whole back of the air seeder. The ground is all, if some of the ground is a lot blacker or whatever, it just means my air seeder could be uneven, or it also could be it also could mean that there's a disc that's dragging, or something else, could be a scraper, could be plugged, that kind of stuff. But I am a disc drill. It shouldn't be uneven. It's come up even every year so far. But at the top of each, in the front, wherever my tires are, where I change my depth, right about there, there's a big nut, and that changes that's how I adjust to make sure I'm completely level across the whole toolbar. And I want my toolbar, which is the main beam in front, I want that thing to look like it's perfectly level from one end to the other when I'm going on flat ground. So that shouldn't change from year to year, but it's just another thing you just got to keep your eye on just to make sure. Always something.
So I had a front drum break on me, split it on half, but it's an easy fix. Won't take me long. Split it apart on me. Just the bolt sheared off, which is fine. All we do is slap new bolts on, and it's good to go. Yeah. I'm just waiting on parts to come, some bolts and whatnot to come, and then we should be good to go. Well, we got that one fixed. It's back together. So I thought it was a bearing going out of it. The bolts just let go and split apart on me. So not the first time.
So I am just finished the headlands and started doing up and downs here on our last field of corn. This is a field I got stuck in last year, like literally 5 minutes into being on the field. This year it's still wet. You're gonna see lots of little spots like this that Peter, he opened up, which made it good for me. I can get through. Since we switched to this track machine, I'm going through more of this than I would have last year, and that I know for certain. There was standing water right there. I went through it, no problem. Is it always beneficial to go through spots like that? No, but that spot's small enough that the rest of it was definitely worth doing. So, yeah. Just gonna keep plugging away. I mean, this is a small field. It's only 45 acres, so it shouldn't take very long. If I look at our map here, yeah, we're cruising right along. I've got about 17 acres done already. So, yeah, I think usually this field, by the time I get my headlands done, the field's a third done. So, yeah. Looking forward to the end of this. We can get cleaned out tonight and hopefully get into beans with this unit. So,
well, that's a quarter. Another quarter of wheat put in the ground. I'll go back to the yard and I'm gonna empty out the semi, what's in there. We're gonna switch varieties to a different after the next field. So we're gonna go load up and get ready for the next field. But looks like that guy's not having a good day. I'd like to use my driveway right here, but I can't because there's a trucker that had some issues. So I'm gonna do something I don't want to do, but I gotta go on the highway to get home. So okay, well, I'm gonna go get some seed. We're putting some different wheat seed down on a different quarter. We try different varieties of wheat every year, kind of a thing, just to see if what varieties if there's any varieties out there that are better yielding, just different things that are just try something different. And so we're going to put a quarter section of this different variety in. I'm not even sure what kind it is. We'll find out what Daryl ordered when I get there. And yeah, and Dylan is out scouting some fields for me, and I guess there's no real big panic still because my next fields, he figures if they're good to go, not quite sure. He says he's thinking there's still a little bit of water on some of our fields, so no big panic. I got roughly 80 acres and a quarter section to do a wheat, and then I could be caught up to wet again. So that sucks, but either way, we've got we should have another 240 roughly to do yet. So we're getting there. Okay, I'm here at Miller Agritech, and yeah, I'm gonna pick up 320 bushels of wheat. We put it down at 2 bushels to the acre. We'll get loaded up here. Shouldn't take too long. The wheat we're putting in right here is called Hockley wheat. That's a new variety for us. Apparently it's done very well. So I guess we'll find out. The reason we stick with varieties and we only do trials with other ones is sometimes they bring a variety in. This one's been tried, so I can't say that about this, but sometimes they brought varieties in the past out and they're horrible for disease, fusarium. Yeah, so that's why we don't want to go the whole farm in a new variety, because you just never know. You stick kind of with what you know, and you do a few trials with different varieties. And if it's good, we'll keep it and use it for seed for next year. So we'll just get it cleaned. A lot cheaper.
I got something coming up with row number 2, so I guess we'll have to go see what the problem is. I just want to be done already, but apparently we're gonna have problems before we can just be done. Here's, I gotta plug the line again. This time it's number 2. Okay.
So while my air seeder is unfolding, I'll quickly run across the road here, and not sure if you guys can see it. Oh, there's water in this ditch too. Shoot. I don't know if you can see it. This is that Food Greens Bank field I seeded. It's up in rows. It's coming nice. That was nice to see. It's always nice to see when that crop comes up, that first field, to make sure everything's level, everything's looking good. So that it is. We've got moisture and it's warm. The crop shouldn't take long to pop out. Problem is, the weeds are all growing too, so we're gonna be busy in the sprayer. going pretty good here. I've got my acre counter there that reads 70 acres. I'm going just over 7 miles an hour. That's my map of the field. I'm loving this GPS, really getting used to it. Really happy with the tractor so far. I really don't have any complaints at all. It's quieter, it's smoother, it's also newer. So then it should be all those things, but yeah, no, very happy with this tractor so far. I'm used to this GPS and absolutely loving it. So yeah, another good day. Hopefully tomorrow I can have an earlier start and not have to go get seed fertilizer always right away. So I've got fertilizer, I've got seed, so I should get a good start, and hopefully we can knock off some acres tomorrow. But I'm just about empty now, and I will be heading back to the yard. I'll load up so I'm ready for the morning and call it in a day. So I haven't talked to Daryl in a while. I'm pretty sure he's all done corn, and he's getting the planter ready for soybeans. Peter's doing some custom strip tilling for my cousin, and yeah, so everybody's rolling, and Dylan's been checking fields all day, doing some burning and feeding cows and that kind of stuff. So yep, hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for taking the time to watch, and have yourself a good one. Thanks.